The hype for a new My Hero Academia game is real. The show is so good that it's only natural that we want to see it made into a game. And with the announcement of One's Justice, our dream has come true. But now that we've seen what the gameplay looks like, hype has died down a little bit. My name's Globco, and in today's video we're going to explore why this game made a bad first impression and if that first impression is justified. So what's everyone complaining about? What seems to be the problem here? Over the weekend there was this festival on anime games and anime in general called Jump Festa, and most of the complaints are coming from a gameplay clip that was shown at Jump Festa. Now the quality isn't great. They live streamed this from Japan with a potato, which is the only explanation I have for this quality. And as soon as you see this gameplay and the fighting starts, you can immediately see what type of game this is. If you've played anime games in the past, you know that this is yet another anime arena fighter, like many that have come out in the past. And when you see something like this, it's impossible not to think of something like J-Stars. Now, J-Stars is so beloved by the community, and at the same time, it is so hated by the community. It is beloved because it has all the characters that you don't get to see anymore in some anime games, like Bleach characters and Hunter x Hunter characters, but also hated because, let's be real, the gameplay sucks. It is very clunky, characters have a very limited moveset, it has mechanics that are unnecessarily complicated, which leads all the way back to the clunkiness. Anyway, it doesn't have the best reputation, so seeing this game and immediately thinking J-Stars really puts it in a bad spot. Now, is this comparison warranted? Yeah, it is that kind of game, so it is a fair comparison to make, but the more I think of it, the more I realize that I don't actually have a problem with this game genre. I don't have a problem with arena fighters. Believe me, I really don't like J-Stars at all, but I think this genre can be done well. I'm about to lose all my street cred with some of you guys, but I think a really good example of this genre done right is the latest One Piece game, Burning Blood. A lot of people don't like Burning Blood, I get it. It's not a game for everyone. It is yet another arena brawler. It is slow and has very deliberate movement. It feels... some of the clunkiness for J-Star, you can feel it there. But what I think it did really well was come up with mechanics that really represented the uniqueness of each character. Every character from that roster played very differently from each other. And at the same time, they were so faithful to the show. Like, it was impressive how balanced the game ended up being, given how different the characters were from one another. It wasn't perfect, but I didn't see any straight out broken characters when I played it. There was always a way to counter someone's abilities. Now, the main difference from J-Stars to Burning Blood is, in my opinion, the focus on movement. In J-Stars, you have these huge arenas where you spend some time running around, and let's be honest, the running around isn't the best. And in Burning Blood, the arenas are much smaller, which makes fighting the actual focus of the game. And where does this My Hero Academia game land in the middle of this? Well, it actually lands in the middle. The arenas aren't nearly as big as J-Stars, which means the game is a bit more focused on the actual fighting than running around, but they're still bigger than Burning Blood, which means that you still see some running around here and there. Now, I don't think that's necessarily a problem. From the gameplay that I've seen, I think it actually strikes a pretty good balance. Furthermore, you can actually fight on the walls, which arguably makes these arenas bigger than what they seem. Now, I don't know how the wall transitions work exactly, but it seems that it's as easy as jumping on a wall. So in theory, you could have an opponent who trolls you and just runs away from you, but I'm gonna assume that there are mechanics to counter this. At this point, I think we should all assume what's best. Give them the benefit of the doubt, because we all want a good My Hero Academia game. And on that topic, wall fighting might be hype or not, depending on where you're standing. If you're standing on the side of the people that played Storm games that wanted wall fighting for ages, maybe you're hype. If you're on the side of people that actually respect the laws of gravity and see just two characters standing on a wall and that looks dumb, maybe you're against it. Personally, I could take it or leave it. I'm okay with suspending disbelief that gravity is not a thing if it makes for some fun gameplay. But we haven't seen much wall fighting yet, so it's hard to judge. Now, the comparison to J-Stars doesn't end on the size of the arenas, obviously. We have the very big topic of the limited moveset. And here I think the comparison to J-Stars is actually very accurate. Now, obviously, we never played the game, no one did outside of Bandai Namco, but judging from this footage, the movesets for each character seem very limited. On this short gameplay clip, we see Deku using his finger flick smash more than 10 times. I don't know, I didn't count, but it felt like it, and it's the feeling that counts. I've seen Bakugo using this uppercut-like move with an explosion multiple times as well, so either the people playing this game don't know what they're doing, or the movesets are actually very limited. And I think it's very unlikely that the people playing this game don't know what they're doing, because this game isn't playable to the public yet. These are probably developers who are showcasing the game, which means we're dealing with a limited moveset for each character. Now, there is some skill involved, never said there wasn't. You can still make a simple game with a limited moveset and still make it fun. We see some skillful moves with some perfect guards here and there. So there is timing, there is thoughtfulness that goes into the gameplay, but thoughtfulness and having fun aren't necessarily the same thing. And when it comes to anime arena games, simple limited movesets proves to be very tiring. The games end up not having a lot of longevity because it feels like you're doing the same thing over and over, which in turn just feels like you're wasting your time. So in that regard, I think the bad first impression is very much justified. Now, I don't wanna close this video without some optimistic thoughts, because you guys know I'm an optimistic. I like to give developers the benefit of the doubt. So, first of all, we've only seen 3 characters so far. We've only seen Deku, Bakugo, and Shigaraki. So we've only scratched the surface. From the gameplay, it seems that they're being loyal to the anime with Deku's and Bakugo's playstyles and abilities. That's kind of how they fight in the anime too. And though we haven't seen any gameplay from Shigaraki, I'm expecting something completely different. This is something that could really elevate this game. If the characters feel very distinct from one another, then this could be a very cool arena brawler, just like Burning Blood, which I personally love. You could argue that the individual moveset of each character in Burning Blood wasn't super big, but each character was so different. And you would play as teams of 3 different characters that it kept the gameplay so fresh as you tried out different characters and different team combinations. We could be seeing the same thing with My Hero Academia 1's Justice. And plus, a Burning Blood story mode? Not the best. So if My Hero can score some points there, then it could still be worth it. Even if the gameplay isn't anything special, even if the fighting system isn't fun to play online, it could still be worth it for the story mode alone. And looking at the cinematic trailer they've released, it's looking real good. We don't know if these cinematics will be in the game as you play story mode, but if they are, that's already pretty epic. My Hero Academia is an awesome anime from a visual standpoint, so for us to be impressed with the visuals in a game, even if it is a CG cutscene, it is really hard to pull off. So I say well done to the animation department. Now, this is obviously not how the actual game looks, but we can't really judge graphics from this potato live stream, now can we? So all we have at the moment are some screenshots, and based off of that, I'd say it looks alright. I've seen some people saying we can't ask for much more because this game is coming to the Switch, but if the Switch can run The Legend of Zelda, then you've run out of excuses, haven't you? But that's just my opinion, and this channel is more than just me. I want to hear your thoughts on My Hero Academia 1's Justice now that you've seen some gameplay. Are you still excited, or has the hype died down drastically? Let me know in those comments down below. Check out some of our previous content on some other anime games, but as always, thank you very much for watching. My name's Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Boy.